Alright, this lesson's over finding the volume. It's actually quite a bit easier than finding surface areas. Surface areas, you have to account for all of the faces of the pyramid or prism and then add them all up. With volume of prisms specifically, really all we have to do is multiply up all the dimensions of our shape. You will end up wanting to look up the volume formula for pyramids, because those are a little bit different, but for the purposes of this class, prisms are pretty straightforward. So we just look at these two formulas that we have given here. One thing I want to draw your attention to, just because I don't want you guys to copy this formula down if you don't completely understand it. When you say volume is equal to this capital B times the height, that capital B is the area of the base of the shape. So again, if you don't understand that, I would just copy down the other formula, but this is area of the base. That's why the B is capital. So if I want to find the base of this shape right here, I have to find the area of this part. So I have to take length times width and then multiply it by the height. So really, that's why I said if you just look at this other one, it's saying the same thing. I have to take length times width times height to find the volume of my figure. The book actually does a really good job of illustrating this as well. I kind of didn't notice that right away. Here's your area of the base, and notice the notation, it's a capital B, and then the height is the same for both formulas, so you either can do this one or this one. Again, I just recommend multiplying up all the dimensions of the shape. The good thing about this problem when we're working with fractions is that it's actually not that hard to look to cross-cancel sometimes. My students sometimes overthink fraction problems or get overwhelmed when they see fractions. Really, you guys, all you need to do for A is write out your fractions and multiply them up. So I have 5 over 8 times 7 over 8 times 1 over 2. Again, look to cross-cancel. I can't cancel anything out, so all I need to do is multiply straight across the top. 5 times 7 times 1 gives me 35. 8 times 8 times 2, let's see, I get 64 times 2, so it looks like I'm going to get 128. Again, if I were able to reduce, I would have been able to cross-cancel some things, but I can't, so 35 over 128, and it's going to be meters to the third power because volume is in units cubed. Letter B is the same thing. All of our dimensions are exactly the same, so all I need to do is write 3 over 2 times 3 over 2 times 3 over 2 and multiply again. Look, we can't cross-cancel anything. We multiply straight across the top. 3 times 3 times 3 gives me 27. 2 times 2 times 2 gives me 8. If you want to, you can write that as a mixed number. I don't say that you have to. I would say 27 over 8 inches cubed. Just for those of you that want to, though, if I wanted to do this, I would take 27 divided by 8. It goes in 3 times. That gives me 24. So I can say 3 and 3/8 inches cubed. Okay, so you can write it that way. Again, you don't have to. You can leave it 27 over 8 inches cubed. Either way is fine. So now what I'd like you guys to do is go ahead and find the volume of these two figures. One thing that I will kind of side note here, if you are given a mixed number, such as 3 and 2/5, turn your mixed numbers into an improper fraction. So 3 times 5 plus 2 over 5. So I would turn 3 and 2/5 into, let's see, 17 over 5. And then multiply it. Again, you don't have 3 and 2/5, but you do have 1 and 1/3. Change that into an improper fraction. Go ahead and find the volume, guys. Pause the video. Okay, hopefully now you've had some time. So again, I'm going to take 1 times 1 over 2 times 1 and 1/3 can be written as 4 over 3. Again, here was where I was talking about look to cross cancel. 2 goes into 4, that becomes a 2. If I multiply straight across everywhere, I have 1 times 1 times 2. On top I have a 2. 1 times 1 times 3. On bottom I have a 3. So I have 2/3 feet cubed. Again, you don't have to convert that into anything. Just leave it feet cubed and you're done. Number 2. Again, we have a cube, so all I have to do is take them times each other 3 times. When I multiply up, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Over 4 times 4 times 4 is, let's see, I believe 16 times 4, just to make sure I'm not doing this wrong. 6 times 4 is 64. And then that's yards cubed. Again, take a couple seconds, make sure you guys are looking to cross cancel, but again, fraction problems are very easy. Please don't multiply these in your calculator and give me a bunch of decimal answers. We have kind of an interesting problem here. We have a dump truck. It gives us the dimensions of the dump truck, and it says 1 cubic foot of dirt weighs about 70 pounds, and it says how many pounds of dirt can the dump truck haul when it's full. So what I need to do is first find the dimensions of this. So again, I have 4 3/4 that I need to change into a mixed number, or excuse me, into an improper fraction. So 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19 over 4. And then what I'm going to do is multiply up all of my dimensions. So I have 19 over 4 times 17, and that's over 1, times 8, and that's over 1 also. So there's my fractions. Again, look to cross cancel when possible. I've already gotten rid of my denominator. So 8 and 4 cross cancel, that becomes a 2. Now I just need to take 9 times 17 times 2. And it appears I get 646. Now, that's not the unit of measurement I want. Notice it says pounds. I have 646 cubic feet for my answer of what they can haul in cubic feet. And notice it says for every 1 cubic foot, I can haul 70 pounds of dirt. So I'm going to put 70 lbs on top over 1 cubic foot and cross cancel these cubic feet. And now what I need to do is take 646 times 70, and then I get the total weight that that dump truck can haul. And it's actually pretty big here. We have 45,220 pounds of dirt. So watch for problems like that where they give you a conversion factor in them. And it's probably going to be very similar. You're just going to convert the units and cancel out the ones that you don't want. Another example here, you might see one of these in your homework. Again, we know the volume formula is length times width times height. What we have in this problem is they gave us the volume, and then they gave us 2 dimensions. They gave us the length, 16, and the width, 7. And they want us to find the height. Well, this is actually a very simple one-step algebra problem. What I need to do is I need to take 16 times 7, first of all, because I can solve that part of it, and I get 112. So now I have this. I'll kind of carry this up here, guys. So now I have 1792 is equal to 112 times h. And if I want to solve for h, all I need to do is divide by 112. So now I have 1792 divided by 112. I'll punch that in, and it looks like I get 16, and my unit of measurement is inches. So watch for some of those in your homework as well, because they're really not that hard. All right, so we do have a couple of problems for you guys to try before you guys move on to your homework. They're like the last example that I just did, so go ahead and pause the video. Again, notice that you have to plug into the volume formula. Volume equals length times width times height. They're all hooked by multiplication. So really all you have to do is divide by the ones that you know, and you'll get your answer. So go ahead and try 4 and 5. Pause. Now that you've had an opportunity, hopefully, we on number 4 have 72 is equal to 2 times 6 times L. Or L times 2 times 6, it really doesn't matter. So what I have is 72 is equal to 12 times L, and I want to divide by 12. And 72 by 12 is equal to L is equal to 6 inches. Next one, number 5. I have 1375 is equal to 5.5 times 20, so we'll say 5.5 because we're going to punch this in a calculator, times 20 times W. Sorry, I'm running out of room. So I'm going to take 5.5 times 20, and I get 110. So I have 1375 is equal to 110W, and I divide by 110. So I have 1375 divided by 110, and I get 12.5 centimeters. So W Emmett is equal to 12, pardon me guys, sorry, 12.5 centimeters. So again, there's about the hardest problems you guys have. You are all given the same information. Everything's hooked by multiplication on these hard ones. So all you really have to do is divide by the dimensions that you know, and you will find your answer. Not very hard, but if you have questions, make sure you ask. Make sure if you didn't catch some of that to rewind the video, listen to what I'm saying. If it helps, maybe you copy this stuff down and then just listen a second time to see if you know what's going on. Good luck.